On this episode of Michigan Fishing Nation TV, MFN TV is brought to you by Lunker City Fishing, Gator Bait Tackle, Hog Outdoor, Midwest Power Boxes, Porter Custom Fishing Rods, Jay's Marine Hardware, Underwater Green Fishing Lights, the Icewell Live Well, and Dead End Tackle.
That gator rod.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I really like it a lot. I think I just got into happy.
Put it on there, Moles.
Oh yeah.
Each spring, the Detroit River sees the largest walleye migration in the world take place, with the millions upon millions of Lake Erie walleyes pushing up the Detroit River to spawn. Since Lake Erie is easily the most plentiful walleye lake in the world, it's no surprise that such an astonishing number of walleyes push into Lake Erie's biggest water inflow, the Detroit River. The Detroit River provides over 95% of the water in Lake Erie, and it's the river's extreme flow that attracts these spring walleye that are programmed to swim up current in the springtime to spawn. Now listen, sometimes instinct will tell you to reel up in this moment to check your bait, but take a look at why we recommend keeping your jigging set up in the water for at least 60 more seconds after missing a fish like this.
There he is, net.
Still recording. So what do you think? Worth the 60 seconds of waiting? I know it can be tough to fight the urge to check your minnow, but trust us when we say to just hold off for one solid minute before making that decision. In this case, Captain Paul would have missed out on this 7-pound female that we ended up releasing to help contribute to the walleye population. Make sure you abide by Canadian fishing regulations, such as using dead minnows versus live minnows while in Canadian waters. Fishing regulations change as soon as you cross the border.
Big net. This feels like a nice fish, dude. It's decent. Nice swoop, bro.
Hear that wind whipping in the background? We were battling 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts that day, and most would have not gone out after seeing those numbers. But what I like to do is check the Detroit River live cams on the internet, since I'm about 45 minutes away, so I can actually see what it looks like out there and make a decision for myself. In this case, we're glad we decided to head out. As you can see here, we always try and keep as much bend and tension as possible at the tip of the rod, paying close attention to not allow any slack in the line, giving fish an opportunity to pop off. Another blue ice Lunker City finesse minnow for the win. As the evening went on, the wind and chop really died down, making things a little bit easier on us as far as controlling the boat and staying vertical. While other boats stayed huddled close together, we continued our drift away from some of the crowds later on and found that the fish were still there.
Good job, dude.
While a decent crowd of boats can sometimes mean plentiful fish in the area, don't be afraid to venture off on your own from time to time to find yourself an active pod of walleye. The Detroit River flows for 24 nautical miles from Lake St. Clair west and south to Lake Erie as a strait in the Great Lakes system and forms part of the border between Canada and the United States. It's also classified as a strait because it's a narrow passageway connecting two large bodies of water by definition. The river divides the two metropolitan areas of Detroit, Michigan and Windsor, Ontario. And if you're walleye jigging for size over quantity, late March and early April is definitely the time to go.
There you go.
Nice job, dude. And we got it on the drone, bro. That is awesome, dude. Oh, I just got drilled, dude. We're on.
MFN TV will be right back after a brief message from the following sponsor.
Chase down a brand new adventure. Step up, step out and into it. Risk it all, you learn to feel alive.
Whoa! Look at that one.
For new life. Reaching for new heights. Whoa, into the daylight. So open your eyes, we're making the climb, we're taking the dive, deep into the wild. Deep into the wild.
Feels heavy too, bro. You ready?
Another scoop and another pre-spawn walleye added to our live well. The daily limit in Canadian waters is 6 walleye per fisherman, and you are to return to the boat launch immediately after fishing Canadian waters to where you launched your boat in Michigan.
Here he is. Yeah. Oh, I can get. You got the net? Can you hand it to me? Yeah. I finished it.
The sun was setting fast and we could barely keep our lines in the water for more than a couple of minutes before hooking up and landing these fish. It was one of those nights to remember, and the fact that it was pre-spawn made things that much better. A lot of people probably wouldn't think of the Detroit River as the most scenic place out in nature, but there's definitely some beautiful spots to take advantage of in this urban area.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Dunzo.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, you put it in.
All right, man. Keep talking smack. It's working. Look at that, man. Just absolutely inhaled this thing. The whole thing. Blue ice. Thanks, bro. Look at that. Look at that minnow hanging out of its mouth, man.
I got it brought in. You don't hang out.
Oh.
Like, bring Gilbert might be Christmas.
Oh, hold on. I want to spray this mess off my hands here. Dude, this is pretty powerful, man. And it,
Get another one on stealing that front.
dude, and it only turns on when you press it down. Is it? It's a nice fish. Oh, dude, my bad.
He knows how I am.
We got to meet a guy named Joey and some of his friends out on the water who had heard about Michigan Fishing Nation. They were very friendly, and it's always nice to meet fellow anglers out there in the fishing community.
What is that thing?
It's just like an onboard sprayer.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's nice. My
I
cousin
know,
has one.
I was actually supposed to get one. It's like built into the boat.
Okay,
I
yeah.
never finished the order. I
Yeah,
thought
this
I did.
one's
Track portable washdown kit.
Sport fish, and that for salmon fishing makes all the difference in the world. That's one thing I regret not getting on my boat last year.
There's markings down there big time.
I should have. You know?
Right. That's a nice one, man.
I'm taking the carpet out next week. Oh, this is 2018.
Nice.
That's one thing. I only was 150. I wish I would have.
We finally headed back to the launch so we could get home and prepare our catch for filleting. There are various ways fishermen prep for this, and there's really no right or wrong way. But let me tell you how we prepare a fish and the results we get, and maybe it's something you can try as well. As soon as you're able to, take a strong pair of scissors and cut straight through the gills of each fish on both sides, as it is the major blood flowing part of a walleye. Place the fish in the water and let the blood continue to flow out while it's still breathing to flush all the blood out of the fish. This is going to end up cleaning out those fillets, making your fillet job a lot cleaner and less messy. Again, some people do it differently, some make a cut through the throat, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. This is simply the way we do it, and it seems to work well for us. Next, we flush out all the blood once the fish are done bleeding out, and then they're ready for the fillet table. Join us in one of our upcoming episodes where we prepare some delicious walleye recipes.
Until next time, thanks for watching MFN TV Tight Lines.